do some. I think this is some interesting stuff here, man. First of all, let's get the news out of the way, which we talked about earlier today already. But again, we'll just dabble into it a little bit more in case you guys missed that show. Ian Rappaport tweeted out earlier today, Packers standout running back Josh Jacobs' knee is structurally sound and no surgery is needed, per me and Tom Pelissero. He's considered day-to-day, but could miss the game against the Vikings. So again, it's going to be one of those game time decisions. I would imagine they'll keep him out of practice all week long. It's not like he needs the extra practice. He completely understands the offense. He's the heartbeat of this team, obviously. So I'm not concerned with him maybe not being prepared. It's more so, do we want to risk sending him out there? Now, it sounds like there's no long-term I'm not trying to say long-term risk with this, right? Because Matt LaFleur actually did give a specific detail on the injury. It'll probably be hard to hear. I'm going to play it anyway. So you guys just crank up the volume. I'll explain what he said here in just a second in case you can't hear it. But here we go. Here was Matt LaFleur at the podium earlier today talking about Josh Jacobs' injury there at MetLife Stadium.
Is IR a consideration for Josh at all?
No.
This week a possibility?
Potentially, we'll see where he's at. It's a contusion, so it's just more or less trying to get the swelling down, and unfortunately, that's a pretty hard surface over there, and
shots fired.
Sometimes the byproduct of that.
So obviously what he said there was, Matt LaFleur confirms Josh Jacobs' injury is a contusion, mentioning it was the hard surface at MetLife Stadium that kind of caused it. Most of the time when you're talking about artificial turf, artificial surfaces, the big complaint is it's very springy, right? And that's what can be really hard on ligaments. That's why you see so many ACLs get torn and all that stuff on, artificial surface. However, he's talking about it being a little bit harder surface. So when you watch the tackle of Josh Jacobs getting tackled out of bounds, obviously you can see his knee kind of jams into the turf. Not a whole lot of give there. Like with grass, obviously with the surface that's just beneath the grass, the grass level, there's a lot of give there, right? The grass will actually tear away. It'll dent in, that type of thing, right? And that's why many players don't like the springboardness of the artificial turf, as well as obviously a surface like at MetLife Stadium where it's hard. So he said that he needs the swelling to go down to have a chance to play on Sunday is essentially what he said. So let's jump into the actual injury there. When you hear contusion, I know some people are like, what the hell is a contusion? It's basically a severe bruise, right? And this is just an AI, quick little Google search. Obviously, you guys do your own research, but Google AI says a knee contusion is a bruise of the knee caused by blunt trauma that damages blood vessels under the skin, leading to pain, swelling, and discoloration. Obviously, Matt LaFleur talked about the swelling there, and you can see that's kind of a severe case. I imagine that's probably what Josh Jacobs' knee looks like. If it was just a little slight bruise, no big deal, he probably would have came back in the game. But we got Tim joining us now. Tim, I imagine it looks something similar to that, man. And let me tell you, you just hear a bruise. We all get bruised up all the time. That looks nasty right there, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I doubt he plays on Sunday against the Vikings. That's my personal theory. And I think it's a good idea. Give it that time. We talk about our boy Jair, man. Jair's still having fluid drained from his knee from 3 years ago, every other day. Took some time away from the game. So, the good news is the knee is structurally sound. There's no surgery. There's, no ligament tears, all this stuff. But severe swelling and bruising is no joke, and it's painful, and there's no reason at all to rush Josh back into the field at all.
Right. And it talks about here, treatment typically involves rest, ice compression, and elevation. Basically.
Notice it doesn't say playing football anywhere in the.
Right. It says along with over-the-counter pain relievers, you got to have those, right? Minor contusions can heal in a few days, but more severe injuries like a bone bruise may take weeks or months to recover, and medical attention should be sought to rule out more serious damage like a fracture or a ligament tear. Obviously, they went through that whole process, and, you guys remember last year, Christian Watson, I think it was last year, had someone fall on his knee, right? And that caused a bone bruise. I think they would have specifically mentioned that if this contusion involved a bone bruise, obviously. So this is, I think, strictly just a contusion. So hopefully we'll get Josh Jacobs back sooner rather than later. But I'm with you, Tim. No reason to rush him out there for Minnesota. I'm not going to say you don't need him. It's a division rival. Listen, it's going to be a hard fought game. There's no two ways about that. I don't care how bad someone's record looks or how bad their young quarterback's playing. It's always going to be a dogfight, just like it was for the Chicago Bears yesterday, right? It ended up being a 2-point ball game, and some people thought they were going to boat race the Vikings. So, with that being said, I had the Vikings winning 20-17, and I firmly stand behind that, thinking J.J. McCarthy was at home. I don't see him throwing 2 picks. Boy, was I wrong, because J.J. McCarthy, we'll talk about him here in a minute, but that's looking like cheeks there. So we'll dive into all that here in a second. But you guys let us know in the comments if you're watching this video back later, now that we've got the specific diagnosis of the contusion there. Let us know in the comments what you think about Josh Jacobs. Would you try to rush him back this week? Would you hold him out? Do you think it's that important a game? Or would you be a little more cautious, that type of thing? So let us know in the comments what you think. Make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here.